1 week after the fiery bus crash that killed 6 people in Tehama County, authorities have confirmed the victims' identities. Yuba Sutter CHP investigators released new information about a deadly crash on Highway 70, saying video shows who was really headed in the wrong direction. And shots were fired during a Border Patrol arrest this morning, this time in Southern California.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
Breaking news: the Tehama County Sheriff's Office has confirmed the identities of the 6 people who died in a bus crash exactly 1 week ago today. It happened on Highway 99 West, north of Corning, near Guile Road. The CHP says the driver of the pickup truck crossed the center line and hit the county tracks bus head-on, causing a fire. The CHP and NTSB are still investigating. The victims are identified as 41-year-old Christina Whitmore of Corning, 50-year-old Kelly Langstaff of Red Bluff, 42-year-old Cassandra Moreno of Red Bluff, 72-year-old John Perry of Chico, 62-year-old Trina Kane of Corning, and 41-year-old Oscar Carrillo of Corning. The Tehama Sheriff's Office says Butte County Sheriff's Office helped with the identification through use of a rapid DNA system. Otherwise, the process could have taken several months. We have new details on a deadly crash in Yuba County involving a wrong-way driver. Happened around 7:30 last night on Highway 70 near Stripland Road, south of Marysville. The CHP now says the driver of a red Toyota Corolla was headed the wrong way in the southbound lanes in foggy conditions when it crashed into another car. Initially, it was reported that the other vehicle, an SUV, was headed the wrong direction, but investigators told me less than an hour ago that video shows the Corolla making a U-turn before heading north in the southbound lanes. That driver was killed, and a baby in the car received minor to moderate injuries. The driver of the SUV had major injuries. Officers say alcohol or drug use is not suspected. Well, night and morning fog is sticking with us. This is a look at our toys right now from an Alert California camera. You can see the fog still covering those blue skies that we know are up above. Meteorologist Sam Copland has a look at what to expect for the day ahead.
Well, Linda, this was the view earlier. Deer Creek Highway 1, low clouds, very low visibility, and it's why there was that advisory put out by the National Weather Service, because visibility was downright dangerous, and it's still a problem south of Chico at this hour. Notice in Redding and Bernie, visibility is much, much better, and practically anywhere outside of the Mid-Valley, visibility is much better. Thus, temperatures are warmer in those spots. We are, though, also seeing high clouds fan on in from the Pacific, so that's why there is an overcast look outside, even if you're not seeing the fog. Temperatures today will be in the mid to upper 50s, could be north of 60 where you don't have the fog. A lot of clouds, a little bit of sun. We'll take you through the rest of the week and any precip chances coming up.
Thank you, Sam. The Red Bluff City Council voted last night to add a 1-cent sales tax initiative to the June 2nd ballot. The citizen-led initiative proposes to use the money for road repairs in the city. It comes after voters failed to approve a similar city-led measure in 2024. That ordinance required a 2/3 majority to pass. This proposal is different, and as it is citizen-led, it would only need a simple majority to pass.
Citizens are getting angry about this. We can watch them silently deteriorate to only a certain degree, and then after the suspensions are jeopardized in automobiles and the potholes increase in size, people start to get angry. In all of the 57 miles of roads here in Red Bluff, they're all deteriorating, except the ones that have been recently repaved by the county.
Organizers say the tax increase would not apply to groceries or medicine. Last night, the council also voted to draft rules that would withhold the pay of council members if they failed to attend meetings. That was prompted by former council member Cody Strock missing a series of meetings before he resigned. The Chico City Council got an update last night on the city's nuisance abatement ordinance. Last year, the council voted to change the code defining what is classified as a nuisance. Broken or missing windows, skylights, or exterior doors were added to the list. Violations could bring fines and possibly civil or criminal penalties. Now, staff reported that since the code was updated, about 9,000 fines have been issued.
There are going to be some minor changes coming up that Civica has worked out, just some language cleanup, and also moving the violation amount to $500 a day after 40 days in violation. But again, pretty minor changes. Other than that, we've seen success with this, and I don't have any further recommendations.
Also last night, Council confirmed the new Public Works Director of Operations and Maintenance, Skylar Lipsky, filling the position after Eric Gustafson was appointed Assistant City Manager with a salary at $169,000. A $125,000 grant will help with campfire recovery efforts in Paradise. Habitat for Humanity Butte County says Verizon awarded the grant to help the nonprofit help campfire survivors rebuild homes on property they already own. The funding comes as part of a more than $3 million investment by Verizon to support Habitat Humanity programs across the U.S. President Trump is in Davos, Switzerland today to address the World Economic Forum, coming face to face with many of the European leaders frustrated by his push to take control of Greenland and tariff allies that are opposed. Now, as Alice Barr reports, the president acknowledged those tensions this morning in a special address upon his arrival.
President Trump today addressing the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, amid simmering tensions.
All the United States is asking for is a place called Greenland.
Surrounded by NATO allies, he questioned the alliance's commitment to the United States, despite NATO coming to America's defense after 9/11, and said the U.S. never asks for anything.
We probably won't get anything unless I decide to use excessive strength and force, where we would be, frankly, unstoppable. But I won't do that.
Again, arguing the strategically important Danish territory of Greenland is too vulnerable to threats from China and Russia, and the U.S. must own it.
You can say yes, and we will be very appreciative, or you can say no, and we will remember.
European leaders now weighing countermeasures to President Trump's threatened tariffs on Denmark and 7 other allies that oppose his efforts to buy Greenland.
We have no interest in picking a fight, but we will hold our ground.
Among the European Union's tools to respond, what's known as the trade bazooka that could ban U.S. goods from European markets. President Trump saying in a new interview he would match any EU actions.
And it's going to go ricocheting backward, but we're not looking to that. We'll probably be able to work something out.
A trade war with the European Union, America's largest trading bloc, would have wide-ranging economic effects and likely price increases here at home when Americans are already feeling the pinch. The president saying the U.S. economy is booming and the world economy will follow. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Danish officials are not attending the World Economic Forum, but the Prime Minister said while the country is ready to discuss security, negotiating sovereignty is off the table. President Trump also confirmed he plans to meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky tomorrow to discuss the ongoing war with Russia. A federal agent was involved in a shooting this morning in the southern Los Angeles County community of Willowbrook. It happened just after 7 a.m. The Department of Homeland Security said officers were there to arrest William Carballo, described as a violent criminal in the U.S. illegally from El Salvador. Federal officials say he used his car to ram law enforcement and an agent fired in self-defense. Officials say Carballo was not wounded, tried to run, but was arrested. Fire crews had to be taken in by snowcats to fight a fire at Truckee Ski Resort. We'll share more details next.